Well, I guess this is 4 for today. It's 3:19 in the morning Pacific Standard Time. It's still Sunday the 17th, September 2023. Diary of the Grieving and John Weaver, which is me. Rosamond, California. Talking about grieving, mourning, and everything else going on. Being philosophical about it in the last video. Too damn long. Anything regarding 30 minutes is too damn long, but it was just coming out, pouring out, and just feeling the misery of it all. Feeling how much it all affects me, and trying to explain that to people, trying to tell people that even I need all the help I can get, but either my pride, my arrogance, or something else, or maybe on the other side prevents it. I don't know. All I know is I'm getting torn apart by grief. I'm having a hard time trying to deal with it. I keep asking myself, what the hell am I doing with this damn college shit? When I get into this kind of mode of depression and this feeling of absolute worthlessness and just want to kill myself because I feel the ache and pain and the loss that badly, then sometimes I have to question the choices I already made for living, whether that was still the right choice or not. And the thing is, what I'm afraid of is being perpetuated on a constant cycle with this feeling if I die. Bringing it to heaven with me, or actually bringing it to the afterlife. Getting stuck somewhere and just marinating in this damn shit. Not being able to process, not being able to deal with grieving, not being able to deal with it all. I couldn't be like Ron, I couldn't be like David, and yeah, I did blame myself for them. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't my fault. It just happened. But still, I blamed. There was nothing else I could have done. And sometimes I still think about it. I blamed myself for David. There have been a lot of things I could try to take the stress away from him and I'd put it on myself. And I had to deal with it after he died, and it was always killing me. I had to divorce myself and piss people off on that one because I was still trying to deal with me, and then I guess I really didn't have the support necessary. Once in a while, I'd encounter a friend or two, but for the most part, the battle is mine. The war goes on. And the people I've already turned away, leeches. Yeah, it still hurts. So I still blame my brother's death. I couldn't stop his smoking. I couldn't stop his drinking of sodas on a constant basis. But he also drank water and milk. Diabetic, hadn't taken his medication all that much. Hadn't tested his blood. He hates needles. I hated needles. I hate getting his hands stuck, and so did he. He had neuropathy in his hands. I got it in my hands and feet, and so did he. He was smoking up like crazy. He didn't have any cancer, but he did have respiratory illness. COPD was kicking his ass. Constant using inhalers, constantly using them up. Pleading with the doctors to get him more. He wouldn't stop the cigarettes. Ma had been a smoker for a long while. And the doctor told her, "You're going to die for this stuff. Stop it right now because your breathing's going to get worse. You're going to be put on oxygen." Hell, 15, 20 years later, she got put on oxygen 24/7. Smaller containers and oxygen concentrator at home. She constantly needed the flow. And stuck in bed all the time. Last few years of her life with a tube stuck in her face. Trying to force the oxygen down her throat. Or through her nose anyway, through the cannula. Dave didn't get into that situation. He just sucked on inhalers like crazy. A long time ago, about 20 years ago, I was diagnosed as having sudden acute adult asthma, in an adult stage anyway. I woke up vapor locking. My tubes for breathing were closing up. I settled down enough where I was actually able to breathe more. But I didn't have doctors putting me through the hospital during those days. I wish they had. Doctor put me on emergency inhalers during that time, sent me over to an allergist, and then for a few years just have my arm stabbed. My body getting used to antigens. It became easier and easier for me not to use the asthma medication all that much. But I still got scared over it. I got terrified. I always carried inhalers with me just in case. Used it on some occasions a long time ago, but these days, not so much. Made me afraid of becoming just like David, but he was a smoker and I wasn't. I was a non smoker. I didn't deal with it. I dealt with the secondhand smoking all the damn time, which still concerns me about my damn breathing if I'm going to be going into that particular situation. It's been over 5 years since I've been in a smoke filled environment. Most of the smoke is gone. Some of it still lingers in the walls, a sense, but that's about it. But for the most part, I'm still able to breathe somewhat. Sleep pap, CPAP machine. Yeah, I was afraid of becoming just like David, and I was saying I was blaming myself because of his situation. If I was going to be angry about it, I should be angry at him for it. That's the thing. Maybe I am, and I'm not admitting it to myself. He woke up. He woke me up. He couldn't breathe. He was in the blue recliner I have over here. He got stuff in it like crazy. Anyway, used to be his bed. He was having issues breathing. He got out and he went over to me in my bedroom, woke me up, says, "John, I can't breathe." I called 911 right then, getting myself ready, getting the dog out of the way, getting stuff moved around, still watching him at the same time. He's right at 3 feet. He was somewhat breathing, he was somewhat talking, trying to laugh, trying to be humorous because he was scared to die. Getting his gear together, locking up, and getting the hell out of here, climbing into the ambulance, hauling ass, trying to make ride arrangements. The next thing I know is I'm in the emergency room waiting for him. I'm the receiving area, or the intake. And they call me in, and he's already a slab, colds. I didn't touch him. I didn't turn him over. I didn't see his face. All I could do is yell at his body. Really yell at his body. I don't remember what happened after that. I think I walked out, almost secured it, but I didn't. Contacting people left and right, numb as hell, pissed off as hell, scared as hell. I didn't have anything else to help me out through this shit. Somebody else from the 12 step came by, got me home. I had to come back to the hospital with another friend, pick up his stuff, and get back home again. But trying to deal, trying to cope, and feel like I was numb all over and had a function. What the hell I would do about his body? I'm talking to friends about it. One friend volunteered to pay for it all. I didn't have any memorial service, just cremated his body, brought his ashes back home. And I still owe this friend a great deal. A great deal. Yeah. I could have taken care of the expenses myself, but it was his way of showing affection and love. And I'm grateful for him. Still am forever. Was there anything else I could have done for him? I don't know. Could have been something I could have done for Ma. Ma was dying. I didn't even want to face it until it happened. And it took me some time just to process it a bit. And the emotions were still raw, and I did one of those music video tributes that you see in the memorials for people that you care about. Show the still shots with music in the background. Maybe there's audio on it. Got a computer able to process that, so I did it for Ma. I pissed off David. I upset him a great deal. Said it was wonderful. Don't show it to him ever again. I loaded my tributes on his phone anyway, just in case if he ever got into a private moment, he couldn't talk to me or anybody else, right? He just wanted to go through it. And I guess he never did see him. I guess he didn't want to see him. This past year or two, I wanted to do something for a friend of mine who passed away about several months after Ma died, but I just couldn't get around to doing it. It hurt too damn badly. Project's still buried alive, but I hadn't done anything about it. I'm going back to college, trying to complete a promise I did for Ma and Dave. And now I'm backing off on the decision in my head on this one. Was it a good thing? Was it the right thing? Because am I screwed up thought patterns? Am I screwed up feelings right now? Am I depression? It delayed a great deal where I just stayed home and didn't do a damn thing about it. I couldn't push on. I couldn't focus. Maybe a lot before David passed away, I could have. I had support. I had someone to care about. I had someone to love. He wasn't here. He wasn't here. What the hell was I supposed to do about it? And the question is right now, I don't know what the hell to do about myself right now as it is. I'm still dealing with it. I'm dealing with my dog who's in mourning as well on some occasions. She mourns herself in its sleep. I'm hearing her groan like crazy. She's in emotional pain. Because she also feels sadness about Dave and Ma. And she's been close to him too. And it hurts. Because I want to hug away her pain. I want to take it in. Because I don't want her to be in pain. Both physical and emotional. I don't know what to do about it. I see people online talking about how they're trying to deal with this, and sometimes they discovered, they're trying to be positive. They'll attract other positive people, and they be positive about it. Meanwhile, how many times I kept talking about how I feel about my own damn misery. Nobody wants to touch it. Nobody wants to touch about the misery. Nobody wants to touch about the agony. Nobody wants to touch about the bad stuff. Because it's all bad to them, and they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to cope. They don't want to have anything as part of someone else having a miserable time in life. And the problem is I am. I'm having a miserable time in my life. I miss my family so damn badly. Some days it just it's without saying. Anyway, I'm gonna put these things on video. I'll blast them out a little bit later today. I'm just really not having a good morning right now.